Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about everything AMC as well as the broad markets that you need to know before we start trading tomorrow morning. First things first, let's go ahead and just dive straight into this video. You guys know the spiel. Hit the like button, subscribe button, all that good stuff. We're not going to focus on that. But what we are going to focus on is the fact that AMC stock actually bounced on Friday. Some of the technical signals that we have seen when they happen have always led to a bounce, which is the RSI being oversold. And I've talked about this in, I think, 2 videos now. This is not new for a lot of you guys. Every time AMC's RSI is oversold, the stock is bounced. I don't expect that to be different here. Now, some weird things happening over this weekend, like Moscow almost being conquered by Wagner, a real turn of events. I don't know how the markets are going to feel towards that. This video is coming out before futures start to trade. So I don't know. Maybe the markets take that as really negative. Maybe the markets don't care. It could have been a black swan event because Wagner could have got control of Russia's nukes, and that could have been seen as a negative thing, right? That would be like a black swan event potentially. Who knows? I don't know. Possibility that the markets rally off of that. Who knows? I think there's external things such as that are hard to forecast here. But with AMC stock in particular, it looks ripe for a bounce. We've talked about this quite a bit as well, what I'm going to say next. Everyone is negative in AMC. I want to be positive. That's the simple fact of it. You can be whatever you want to be. Be positive, be negative. I don't care. Everyone is negative. Positive order value at 99% bearish. I like my odds being the 1% there. Typically, when everyone is one way, whether it's bullish or bearish, you tend to not do that, right? You tend to do the opposite of everyone's expectations. Another reason why I expect AMC to go higher this week. Now, this week you're going to get the court date. And this week on June 25th, or June 29th, excuse me, it's going to be a big day. Now, again, I think the reverse split and the judge saying the settlement's fine and AMC can do the reverse split and sell stock, that's priced into AMC at this point. So I expect you might actually get a rally off of that, a relief rally. As a lot of these shorts say, hey, we shorted the stock, we thought this was going to happen, and I mean, it happened, right? You set out to do what you wanted to do. This arbitrage trade is basically over at that point. Obviously, the conversion itself is the actual arbitrage trade, but a lot of people probably opt to cover on their short positions after June 29th. Now, June 29th is going to be on Thursday, so you're probably going to react to that on Friday. And then you're going to go into the weekend. And then I expect the week after that, you probably get the reverse split that actually takes place. And then you start to rally more. We talked about this in the last 2 videos or so as well. The float will be smaller. So it will be a little bit easier for AMC stock to actually rally. Being when the float is smaller, volume that goes into AMC, dollars that go into AMC tend to have a bigger effect on the stock. That's the simple fact of the matter. So that's kind of what I'm expecting as far as just overall with AMC this week. I think it's a possibility you do bounce. Again, it wouldn't surprise me if coming on Thursday you do see a 2 or 3% down day. That wouldn't surprise me. That's like the final pricing in of the judge confirming that the reverse split can go through, but I think the vast majority of pricing in has already happened. So keep that in mind. So we're also going to get some economic data, and we're also going to hear from Fed Jerome Powell twice again this week. So on Monday, you're going to get Dallas Fed manufacturing for June. This is ultra recessionary. It's been recessionary for a long time. You're expecting negative 27. Last reading was negative 29.1, so a little bit of improvement there. You're also expecting some pretty big bond auctions on Monday, the 3-month bond auction, 6-month, and 2-year bond auctions. just depending on what kind of demand you see for these, that could affect things. But ultimately, the dollar amount on these bond auctions is like $30 or $40 billion. So a lot of money is going to flow out of our markets. It's going to flow out of, mutual funds and money market funds and different places into the bond market. So watch for that to be, potentially draining liquidity out of our markets. Now, at 8:30 in the morning on Tuesday, you're going to get durable goods orders month over month for May. You're expecting that at almost negative 1%. Last month's reading was positive 1.1%. So a little bit of deterioration in some of the economic data you're expecting right off the bat Monday and Tuesday. You're going to get the S&P Case-Shiller Home Price Index year over year and month over month, as well as CB Consumer Confidence and Richmond Fed Manufacturing Shipments. Expected that to come in positive territory for the first time in the last 2 months, expecting that to come in at 4. Richmond Fed Manufacturing is expected to come in at -8. Last reading was -15, so a little bit better in with the Richmond Fed. Another 5-year bond auction at 1 p.m., as well as Dallas Fed Services expected to come in at -15. So a lot of data all over the place for Tuesday. Now, on Wednesday, this is where you're going to hear from Fed Jerome Powell at 9:30 in the morning. I don't expect a whole lot of change here. Probably going to be the same old if I were to imagine. But hey, we'll see. 17-week bond auction and a 2-year FRN auction that also happened at about 11:30 in the morning on Wednesday, and then a 7-year bond auction, and then the bank stress test results coming in at 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday. That could be important for banks such as regionals more specifically, right? Really just how are banks doing? That's going to be a big question. You're going to get final PCE numbers quarter over quarter and final numbers for Q1. A lot of finalized data coming in Thursday morning. And then you're going to get Fed Bostic as well that does speak. And I believe Fed Jerome Powell as well at 2:30 in the morning. He's speaking over in Europe. So the timing going to affect pre-market. It's going to affect the futures more than anything else, potentially. We'll see what happens. Now, Fed Bostic also speaks at 3 p.m. on Thursday as well, and quite a few other Fed speakers also mixed in there. Biggest catalyst is going to be on Friday. Coincidentally enough, Friday is the day after Thursday, which Thursday is the court date for AMC, and you're going to get core PCE month over month. You're expecting that at 0.3%. Last month's reading was 0.4%, slight deceleration. You're expecting PCE price index month over month to come in at 0.2%, a greater deceleration from 0.4% last month. PCE index year over year, expected that at 4.1%, down from 4.4% at the last month's reading. And personal spending is expected to come in at 0.4%. Last month's reading was 0.8%. So a little bit of a slowdown there with personal spending. And personal income, you're expecting that to come in at 0.3%. Last month's reading was 0.4%. So data all over the place this week. Literally every single day besides Monday is going to be a big data day, but you're expecting a lot of ups and downs. There's going to probably be a lot of things for the Bulls and the Bears. Now, a lot of people are talking about a potential softening in tech names and in some of your stocks this week, as especially you are getting into the last week of Q2. You tend to see a little bit more portfolio rebalancing in the last week of a quarter, and that can lead to a little bit more volatility. Now, if you guys want to come trade with me live in real time, link down below in the description of this video. It's going to be a very exciting week as well as a very exciting second half of 2023. So hope to see a bunch of you guys over there as well. So that's kind of what you have as far as the economic calendar. Now, if you switch to look at AMC, and you look at some of the data that we're seeing right now, the short score is 94. You got $515 million worth of short positions currently in AMC stock. Estimated short interest of free flow at 24%. Free flow out on loan at about 39%. 199.5 million shares out on loan. Days to cover 8.83. And 100% share utilization. If you take a look at some of the live short interest numbers, You got about 24% live short interest of free float. 124 million shares that are currently sold short. AMC stock is on the threshold securities list. That does mean guaranteed buying back over the next month or so here, and probably sooner the better in regards to a reverse split. Potentially could start to expose some of those positions out there. Some people, especially if AMC does start to rally after the reverse split, not going to be in such a good place if they have a lot of extra positions they need to actually deliver on. Now, cost of our average 361%, cost of our max 385%, cost of our minimum 0.35%. Interactive brokers short availability. You do have 0 shares currently available. Last we knew, cost to borrow fee was unavailable. Last reading we got was almost 200%. So later on today, we will actually go over a price prediction and kind of what I expect more or less, out of AMC stock for this week, as well as kind of more so the broad markets as well. But from what I can see it here, I mean, I'm bullish. I'm bullish because everyone's so negative. I mean, that's the bottom line here, okay? And really, I don't think there's been a better time to be bullish in AMC as well as just overall crushing the short thesis. AMC's going to raise a lot of capital. There's no reason to be short in this stock as of right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel on your way out. Check out the links down below in the description of this video. Get yourself free stock. Join the trading community. There is something for everyone down there. Hope to see, again, a bunch of you guys over there in due time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.